I haven't touched on this topic in a while, and I know, the world is a crazy place right now, especially after, what we just went through a couple years ago, and, people are still still lonely, still, missing loved ones, and, and that can mess with your psyche, so, just came on for a few minutes to talk about, let you guys know actually, yeah, that there's always help out there. There's the depression hotlines and the suicide hotlines, and uh, me, your family, your friends, people to talk to when your mind goes down that road. And just gotta recap a little bit about like my story. You know, back in 2016, it was a real rough year. I had a lot of anxiety issues, depression issues. I couldn't always pay the bills, and you know, money's always the big root of all evil things. When it's not that, when you have it, you're loving it, but when you don't have it, desperate things happen, desperate times, and I got to that place where I just didn't think that I was any good for anybody. I couldn't keep my apartment going, and so 2016, I was in the hospital a couple times for attempted suicide. The second time, I really almost did the job. I I downed over 150 pills, and my buddy, I had I used to live right down the road from my work, and I went in there crying after I did this, and he got it out of me, and he was working the overnight, so it was him and a newer gentleman. And he told the guy, he's like, I gotta go, I gotta get Rob to the hospital after I told him what I had done. And he literally like left this guy who's only had like 3 weeks of experience to basically run a whole convenience store. It wasn't busy, but I'm getting away from the point. The point is, this guy like sacrificed basically his job. He could have lost it, but and instead of just dropping me off and having them he stayed. But when they found out like why I was there, they basically said, look, your buddy's still out in the waiting room, but you're quarantined back here, and we'll let him know that you're all right, but that you're going to be um, sent to a hospital that specialized in um, suicide and depression. And you know, the first time that I did it that year, I didn't learn nothing. Like basically, they kept me in for like 4 or 5 days, and then they shipped me back to the world. The second time, they sent me to this hospital that, like I said, specialized in that, and I learned a lot about myself. So there are resources. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that I would ever have confidence in who I am, who I really am. But this place that they sent me, really, I learned a lot about myself, and I was approved for 2 weeks unless I felt unsafe, and they could approve like 6 more days. Now, I really didn't feel, after 2 weeks, I probably could have left and been all right. But I was really learning a lot about myself, and I asked them if I could just stay the 6 extra days, even if they have to, say that I'm not ready or whatever it is. And you know what? Those classes, literally, I can say right now, they saved me. And I did call the hospital. Like everything's confidential. They won't give out any names or anything. Even if you say, "Hey, can I talk to blah blah blah?" They're like, "Well, we'll send you to a department that might be able to answer your questions." So, you know, one of my guys in there who really like looked after me, his name was David, and I called and I was like, I know you're not allowed to give me any information, but if there is a David that works there, who works in this area, could you please let him know that I just gave my first name, that Rob is okay and actually feels great about himself. And she goes, well, I can't confirm or deny that there's a Dave working here. But if there is, basically who she was saying yes. But if there is, I'll pass it along. And you know what? I for the first time in my life, I actually believed what I was saying. Because I used to say, oh yeah, I'm doing good, and always in the back of my mind, I still had that doubt about myself. And look at me now. That was 2016. 7 years later, I have never felt so confident about myself ever. Each day, I get stronger. And the point of this story is, if you're in that place that I was at, there are resources. There are places that will help, that will care about what you're going through. So I just want you guys to know that whatever is making you feel down, you're the first line of defense. You have to reach out to somebody. Because I lost a friend back in 2012 who never let anybody know that he by appearance, you'd think he's the happiest guy in the world. Loved the same music as I did, loved the movies and everything. Always had amazing conversations and meetups with him. But one day I found out that he had took his life. And I never want to experience that feeling again. So guys, if you're feeling down, try to reach out to these places. Reach out to your family for help. Reach out to your friends for help. Reach out to me for help if you need it. Below, I'm gonna put the suicide and depression hotline on the description area, and I'll also probably put it in the comments area. So if you need that, there's a resource right there. I truly care about people. I truly want to make sure that everybody is recognized, because as I put in the description, suicide and depression is one of those topics that doesn't get enough attention, and it doesn't get enough resources. There should be more. So, you know, on closing, guys, I just want to say, you know, much love to everybody out there. Whatever you're going through, I will go through with you if you want. If you're going through something that's beyond my help, please reach out to a doctor, reach out to a hospital. Get that help that you need, because the world is a much better place with you in it. I truly mean that. So, on that note, much love, guys. Much love, peace, harmony. Much love.